Hi guys, Jimbo here, the driving test guy in New South Wales, helping you pass your New South Wales driving test first go, hopefully. Okay folks, today is a video about stuff you need to know. And in relation to reverse parallel parking. Now today's video is not about how to reverse park, but just things about the reverse park for the driving test that if you know these things, things are a little bit easier, okay? Now, if you do want to watch my video on how to reverse park, watch video 009. I do plan to do another video, an updated reverse park video later this year because I've got better cameras and I can probably do a better job than the current video. So stay tuned for that. Okay folks, so before we do today's video, let me do my announcements. If you want to find all my videos nicely collated together, just go to my website, thedrivingtestguy.newsouthwales.com.au. Here you'll find all my traffic videos, how to pass series, all the maneuver videos, parking 3-point turn, all my fail item videos, all my FAQ and tip videos, and all the mock test videos. And also, while you're on my website, you are able to book an actual mock driving test with me. So click Services, click Mock Test. This brings you to the booking screen. Select your desired location, Macarthur, Gregory Hills, Edmondson Park, Macquarie Fields. Once you click your desired location, this brings you to the booking screen and then just follow the directions. You will receive an email confirmation upon a booking. Okay, so if you are just a pure YouTube watcher and you've used my videos and it's made your life easier passing your driving test and you would like to say thank you and support this channel, you can do so by buying me a coffee. The link is in the description below. And finally, thank you to all those people that have supported this channel. Okay, so let's start today's video about things that you need to know about the New South Wales driving test reverse park that will make your life easier. Okay, so the first thing you need to know, there's no guarantee that you will be asked to do a reverse parallel park on your New South Wales driving test. The way it works, you do a curb stop maneuver, and then the second maneuver is either reverse parallel park or 3-point turn. You don't do both. So if you are not the best at reverse parallel parking, there's only a 50% chance you will be asked to do one. Okay, so the second thing you need to know about the New South Wales driving test reverse park is that if you reverse back and hit the curb with your left rear tire, it is not a fail item. Okay, so have a look at the animation on the screen. If you're coming back and you come back too far and you hit the curb, not a fail. It is a negative point. Now, it can become a fail if you hit the curb and you mount up a little bit. That's when it becomes an F3 fail. So simply keep it slow. So if you do hit the curb, it is not a fail to hit the curb. Okay, so the third thing you need to know when doing the New South Wales driving test reverse park is that within the one attempt, you are allowed 6 directions to complete this. So what that means is, if for example you've hit the curb, you have the option to go out into the road and then back again. In fact, you can go out a second time and back if you want to. But before you consider doing this, there may be a simpler option if you have hit the curb. Have a look on the screen. So if you do hit the curb, first consider, can I simply just steer hard left and finish the park without having to pull out in the road again? Okay, so if your situation is that you do not have the option to hook it to the left because you're really jammed in tight, well, you can take advantage of the extra directions and pull out again. Let's have a look at the following. So this is direction 1, and the driver has angled too much. We are about to hit the curb, but because we have too much angle, we can't just steer left and finish it. So we have to pull out again. This is direction 2. Notice we take a little bit of the angle out. We reverse again, direction 3. With a better angle and turning earlier, we can clear the curb. We finish the job by moving forward, direction 4. Now, if you happen to hit the curb a second time, when coming back with direction 3, you would be allowed to go out a second time. And if you go out a second time, you're going to use all 6 moves. Now, they do not mark you down if you just use directions 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you do use 5 and 6, they will give you a negative point. One more point, when you pull out, make sure you do all your checks and signals. And when you reverse, make sure you do all your checks and look out the back regularly while reversing. Now, the fourth thing you need to know about the New South Wales driving test reverse park is the way the scoring system is, the reverse park maneuver or the 3-point turn can only affect 1/25th of your final score. Have a look on the screen at a test sheet. So here's our standard test sheet. Let's zoom up to where the assessment section is. This is the part where the examiner does all the marking. Now, let's zoom up to where the reverse park or 3-point turn was marked. This particular maneuver was marked in zone 9 only. So if we zoom out, the maneuver, the reverse park or 3-point turn, only affects one zone, which is 1/25th of your final score. So know that the majority of the assessing on your driving test is done in the traffic, and that's really where all the fail items are. It is possible, yes, to fail with a reverse park if you don't know what you're doing. So you do need to have a system, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Also, make sure all the relevant head checks are in place when you're conducting that reverse park. Now we come to the fifth and final area on the New South Wales driving test reverse park that you should know. And this one is the game changer. Now, on the New South Wales driving test, if you are asked to do a reverse parallel park, it is not between two cars. It's basically the car you're parking and there's a lot of room behind you, and you can take advantage of that space. So as you can see on the screen, you can bring your car up to 5 meters back from the back of the other car with no markdown. Should you go past 5 meters, you will get a negative point. Now, at the 7 meter mark, if you should go past 7 meters, that's when it becomes a fail item. So you can see that we don't have to be in really tight when doing the reverse park for the New South Wales driving test. Let's have a look at the next animation from a top-down view. So we are the yellow car about to do the reverse park. Notice how far back straight I come before I even start to angle. As we get closer to the gutter, notice how much space there is between our front and the other car's rear. In fact, we aren't even using all the 5 meter mark. We just now move forward and complete the park. Easy as. Okay, so hopefully you get the idea that you don't need to spend hours and hours and hours of practice and worrying about trying to reverse between two cars, getting in as tight as you can, because on a driving test, you don't have to. You can come backwards up to 5 meters with no markdown and go forward. In fact, I would prefer that you spend hours and hours and hours of practicing in traffic where all the fail items are. Okay, folks, so that's it for today. Stuff you need to know in relation to the New South Wales driving test reverse parallel park. Hopefully I've shown you a few things about it which take the pressure off a little bit, make it a little bit easier so you can relax more doing your driving test. Okay, folks, so if you haven't already, please press the subscribe button, notification bell, and the like button. Those things help this channel. And remember, always stay safe